You mean to say that you're still going out with that doctor? You must have been with him for a really long time now, haven't you? I thought you'd end up breaking it off with him this year, you know.
Really? We haven't really even fought up until now. Why would you think something like that?
Oh, it's nothing, really. His face is a bit… no, don't worry about it. There's no reason for me to say bad things about your boyfriend when you're the one who knows him better than anyone, is there?
You said that my last boyfriend looked rough as well. What makes you say these things? Tell me. We're friends. We should be able to tell each other things like this, shouldn't we?
I'm only saying this because you just told me to, okay? I've been studying people's faces, and what you can tell about their personalities from their faces, you see. Well, your doctor boyfriend seems to have a really unlucky face. It means that he'll just spend every penny that he earns just like that. It looks like he'll mess around a lot with different women as well. To be honest, a lot of girls still have a tendency to throw themselves at doctors, don't they? Being a doctor isn't even really a big thing anymore, so I don't understand it myself. But it seems to still happen quite a lot, you know.
Nah, my Craig's not like that. He's so careful with his money. He's always saving it. When I first met him, I thought that he must have been from a rich family, but he is in fact a self-made man. His family aren't that well off, and he got a scholarship that paid for his college fees as well. Since he qualified as a doctor, he's been carefully saving his wages, and he's already saved enough to be able to buy his parents a house. He's such a kind and reliable person, you know.
See? This is why I wasn't going to say anything, wasn't it? So he isn't from a rich family then? And he's already bought his parents a house? I don't think it'd be a good idea for you to marry him, you know.
Why?
You really live in a fantasy world sometimes, don't you? Do you know how much it costs to get married? What are you going to do if his parents don't have any money? How poor would they have to be to let their child buy them a house? If you end up marrying him, you're going to be in for a really hard time. You mark my words.
Why do you have to think that of them? Anyway, we've only been dating for about 9 months, haven't we? We've still got a lot of time to think about things like that slowly and carefully. I don't, as yet, have any inclination to marry him or anyone else for that matter. I don't think there is anything wrong with his family either, quite the opposite in fact. His mom's actually been sending me homemade honey and lemon tea, through him of course. I speak a lot in my line of work, don't I? So in the winter months like this, I get a sore throat really often. She sent me the tea to help my throat. I think it's really kind and caring of her to think of me like that.
You're getting all emotional like this over a jar of tea? You can buy that at any shop for next to nothing, you know. Anyway, don't dislike him because he's a doctor, okay? Doctors with good marriage prospects usually marry another doctor like themselves, you know. If he doesn't want to marry a doctor and is dating other people, there's probably a reason why other doctors don't want to date him. That's all I'm saying. I'm just telling you all of this honestly because you're my friend and I don't want you to have a hard time later after marrying the wrong guy. That's all. So don't feel too bad about it or be mad at me for what I've said to you. Understood?
You've been telling me not to marry a doctor since the first time I told you about it, haven't you? You didn't go on about my last boyfriend as much. Do you really think there's something wrong with him? Everyone else I've told about him says how lucky they think I am, and that he's really good looking.
Anyway, I'll stop saying bad things about your boyfriend now. Let's go and have a drink or something. We haven't seen each other for ages after all, have we? When we were at college, we saw each other every day. But now we're both working, we hardly get to see each other anymore, even though we live in the same neighborhood.
That's true. We've both been really busy this year, haven't we? I wonder when we'll have a bit more time again. We both have to have some free time if we're going to go abroad together again, don't we? Traveling together used to be so much fun. I've always enjoyed the trips we've taken together. Lots of people seem to be going to the Caribbean recently. That sounds like a lot of fun. You remember when we went to Florida together when we were at college, don't you? People kept trying to sell us strange things on the streets, didn't they? In the end, we got so scared of them that we held hands and ran every time we saw them, didn't we? We really did get our exercise in that night.
We did! We were so young then. It was 15 years ago already. Can you believe it? That was our first trip alone. We just hit 18 then, hadn't we? To be honest, all I remember about that trip were those strange guys.
We've been friends for a really long time, haven't we? We met for the first time when we were 15, and seeing as we both turned 33, that's almost 20 years.
We are best friends after all. Everyone knows it too.
I wonder why my period hasn't started yet. If I've got the dates right, it should have started the week before last. I've never got it wrong before, though, and they're usually quite regular. I wonder if it's because I've been stressed because of work or something. I guess I'd better go to the hospital to check.
Do you realize how worried I was when I got your message saying that you were at the hospital? What's wrong? Are you really sick?
No, it's not that. My period is really late, so I thought that I'd better come and check why. That's all. Apparently, it can sometimes come later if you are really stressed, but I was worried that I might have a growth or something, you see. My period is usually very regular. I had some light spotting a while ago as well.
I think girls experience that kind of thing quite a lot. Well, while you're thinking about it, why don't we make an appointment to see the doctor? We could go together and have lunch after as well. That'd work out just right.
Craig, the hospital you work at is huge. I'm only going to get some tests done. There's no need for me to go to a big hospital like that, is there? We agreed to have dinner together later anyway. I'll go to a smaller clinic near my place a bit later. Then we can just have dinner together as we planned before.
I only suggested it because I take any chance I can to see you. I thought it'd be nice to have lunch together. You're right, though. There's no need to go to a big hospital just for a simple test like that, is there? Let me know how you get on, though, okay?
Okay, I will.
You said you were going to let me know what the doctor said straight after you had the test. Why didn't you? Are you really sick? Is that it?
No, Craig, I'm not really sick. I just couldn't believe it myself and didn't think I should tell you over the phone. The thing is…
What? Has something happened? You always look so pale recently and you aren't eating properly either, are you? What did the doctor say?
He said that I'm pregnant. It was so sudden that my heart's still racing even now. I never even dreamt that the reason my period was late was because I was pregnant.
What? You're pregnant? We were careful, weren't we? Oh, that time we were drunk.
Yeah, I think it must have been then. That's the only time we didn't use contraception, you see. When I did the math, it added up. I must have got pregnant then.
You being pregnant seriously never even crossed my mind. Well, I guess it's a good thing, really.
A good thing, you say? Do you really think that? You're not just saying it to make me feel better about it?
Of course, don't you think so? We were going to get married anyway, weren't we? You're a teacher, so you have good maternity leave as well, or so I've heard. You were planning on marrying me, weren't you? I think I'd be a bit hurt if we were thinking different things like that.
Of course I was planning on marrying you. I thought maybe you weren't thinking of marrying me. I was worried what would happen if I came and told you I was pregnant when you hadn't even planned on marrying me, you see.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course I want to marry you. I told you before, didn't I? I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Mom keeps asking me when I'm going to propose to you, as it is. I expect that she'll be happy when she hears our news. I guess this will make me look pretty bad to your parents, though, won't it? Me getting you pregnant before we've even got married, I mean. I better try harder to prove myself to them from now on. I better show them that I'm responsible and dependable.
Thank you for saying those things to me. To be honest, I'd never even considered getting pregnant so soon. But I'm glad that it's your baby anyway.
I'll make sure that I propose properly to you soon. I know the proposal is really important to the girl. Just give me a little time and I'll sort something super special out for you. It's going to be perfect, I promise. In the meantime, we better let our parents know what's happened and choose a date for the wedding so that we can have it before your tummy gets too big. Wedding ceremonies are important, especially for the girl, aren't they? I'll try to make sure you can have everything you want, even though you're pregnant.
I'm so glad I have you, putting my thoughts and feelings first all the time. Thank you.
You're saying that you're pregnant? That man's child is inside you.
Yes, I am. I'm so busy trying to sort everything out, I don't even have time to think. Only last week we were talking about that vacation we had when we were 20. Now I find out I'm pregnant and I'm about to get married, like a proper adult. Oh no. We drank quite a lot then, didn't we? I hope it hasn't done anything to the baby. I guess the doctor would have said something if he thought there was a problem.
Is that what you're worried about? You're seriously thinking of having this baby?
Of course I'm going to have it. I'm not as young as I once was, and a lot of my friends are starting to get married and have babies now, Your friends must be doing the same, surely. Craig wants us to get married straight away. He says that we'd better choose a date quickly so that we can have the ceremony before my tummy gets too big. We've told our parents about it as well. They were all a bit surprised at first. Of course they were. But they agreed that it was probably for the best. We were planning to get married anyway. We might as well get on with it, hadn't we? My parents really like Craig, Of course they like that he's a doctor, but they also said that he seems good-natured and dependable.
Didn't you say that you wanted to have a baby much later on? Is it okay for you to just suddenly have one like this, without planning it or anything? Wouldn't it be bad for the baby as well? You know how difficult bringing up a child is these days, don't you? You should have a pretty good idea, being a school teacher and everything.
That's true, but I'm already pregnant, aren't I? We can get ready for it from now on. Anyway, I've heard that finding a wedding venue these days is quite difficult, isn't it? You seem to have to wait quite a long time for one to become available. Craig wanted us to have the ceremony before my tummy gets too big, but I don't know if that'll be possible or not. His mom said that if we couldn't find anywhere, we could just have it in a hotel, but those seem to be all fully booked for months in advance as well. If it carries on like this, I'll be getting married with a huge pregnant stomach.
This is why you should be careful and use proper contraception. If you get married to Craig like this when you're already pregnant, his family will definitely look down on you and think badly of you.
Why are you talking like that? It happens a lot these days, It's not as big a deal as it once was. On the contrary, people not wanting to have babies at all is more of a problem. Craig's mom seemed really pleased that I was pregnant and that we were going to get married. She went as far as to hold my hand and thank me. How is that thinking badly or looking down on me? She told Craig not to make things hard for me and to let me get lots of rest as well.
That's because they can't say bad things about you to your face, though, isn't it? I see a long and difficult road ahead for you anyway. Didn't you say that they were really poor as well? Your parents aren't exactly well off themselves. How are you planning to get married? You aren't going to live with his parents, are you?
They aren't that poor. Craig's mom actually said that she got an apartment for us already. She said that we can move in anytime and to try to decide a date.
What? Didn't you tell me that Craig had bought a house for his parents when we met last time? You said that he went to college on a scholarship as well. Where did his mom suddenly get the money for an apartment?
Craig got them the house to be a good son because he wanted to buy it for them, not because they couldn't afford to buy one themselves. His mom has quite a few assets by the looks of it. They still have some of his dad's inheritance left as well. He told me that his mom was a school principal before she retired, She really seemed to like it when she heard that I was a school teacher. I guess it's something that we have in common. It'd at least give us something to talk about together, wouldn't it?
What? You told me before that he came from quite a poor family, didn't you? Why did you lie to me?
When did I lie? I never said that they were poor, just that they weren't that wealthy.
I don't believe you sometimes. Look at you, changing everything you said before now that you're going to marry him. You were going to have a baby late, now you're pregnant and going to keep it. His family were poor, and now they're not. You're always like this, When you were with your old boyfriend, in the beginning, you said he was just a normal person with a normal office job. But then you finally told me that he worked at a top company, and then that he was a judge. You always seem to date men with great jobs like that. I was so surprised at the time. I don't know why you feel you have to lie to me about everything. We're supposed to be best friends, aren't we?
That was just because I didn't want to tell you exactly what he did as soon as we started dating. That was all. Just because they have good jobs, it doesn't mean that they are all amazing people as well, does it?
Enough! You think I don't know why you really don't tell me the truth from the beginning, don't you? You think that if you tell me what your boyfriend does for a living and that he has a really good job, that I'm going to try and make you introduce me to one of his friends, don't you? You've always been like this, you know. As long as you're doing well, that's all that matters. You always did want to keep all the good things for yourself.
What on earth are you going on about? I never did anything of the sort. I just don't tell you because you get jealous when I tell you about something good that has happened to me. That's why. Why are you getting so mad with me?
Stop it now! If I really was a true friend of yours, you would never have treated me like this, would you? Take good care of yourself.
I really don't understand what she's suddenly so mad about. Why does she feel so betrayed that Craig's family aren't as poor as she thought they were? I never even told her that they were poor, just that they weren't that wealthy. So she just decided that they were poor all by herself. Why are you taking me right up to my front door? You could have just dropped me off outside.
Didn't you hear what Mom said to me? She said that I had to think of you over everything else. The first trimester is a really important time of a pregnancy, you know. I asked one of my coworkers who works in obstetrics and gynecology, and he said that you have to be careful when you're pregnant, but that the most important thing is to avoid stress as much as possible. Doing what you want to do and eating what you want to eat is the best thing that you can do for this baby. Is there anything you want to do, or anything you want to eat, Anna?
You've already fed me a load of delicious food, haven't you? If I eat anything else, I might pop.
You hardly ate anything. What are you talking about? You don't look very happy today, though. Has anything happened? Or do you not feel very well?
I feel fine. I told you about my best friend Joe before, didn't I?
Yes, you did. I was actually going to ask you to introduce me to her before the ceremony, you know. Anyway, what about her?
I told her that I was pregnant and that we were going to get married, and she started speaking to me like I was messing up my whole life. I told her that your mom had got us a place to live, and she started yelling at me, asking why I'd lied to her and things like that. I was so shocked that I couldn't even speak. Now she doesn't even answer if I try to call her. I don't know what has got into her. I really don't.
What? As a friend, she might be worried that you've suddenly decided to get married because you've got pregnant. I understand that. But why is my mom finding us somewhere to live lying to her?
I have no idea. I've been best friends with her for 18 years now, but I still don't understand what she's thinking sometimes. Thinking about it, she seems to get like this every time something good happens in my life. It makes me not want to tell her what's going on with me, especially good things like this. She should be happy for me, but instead she just makes me feel bad and guilty for some reason.
I can't really tell just from what you've told me, of course. But should you really act like that if you are as close as you say you are? Girls seem to be closer to their friends than guys are, don't they? I just wonder if the relationship is a good one when you can't even share good things that happened to you with her. That's all.
Jo grew up in quite a poor family, you see, and it was her dream to be a teacher. She didn't end up becoming a teacher because of a lot of different things, but she works at a good company now and her family are doing much better than they were as well. I feel quite bad that things keep coming between us like this.
Does anyone's life really turn out exactly the way they planned? I don't think she can be that good of a friend if she treats you like this. Just because you've known each other a long time, it doesn't automatically make you good friends, you know.
She's still the one I turn to the most, so I can't not trust her. Something else could be making her act like this, couldn't it? There could be something going on with her that I know nothing about that's making her act this way towards me.
Don't worry too much about it all at the moment. You're supposed to be looking after yourself and not getting stressed. Seeing how worried you are about your relationship with Jo is making me worry about you and the baby, you know?
Okay, I'll try to not think too much about it. For now, at least. Anyway, what are we going to do about our wedding ceremony? It seems to be really hard to find a place to hold it, doesn't it? Most of the places we looked at are fully booked for months ahead.
There are a few places left that we haven't checked yet, aren't there? I'll have another look. There's still a chance that someone might cancel or something as well. They all have our contact details. I'm sure it'll all work out fine in the end. Don't worry about it too much.
Jo hasn't answered my calls or tried to contact me or anything for the last 2 days. Why has she suddenly decided to call me now? Hey, Joe. What's up?
Sorry I haven't been answering your calls. I just felt really bad for you for some reason. That's all.
I really don't understand what there is for you to feel bad about. I wasn't trying to trick you or anything. I really wasn't.
I guess things just built up little by little, then snowballed. I'm really sorry. Are you free tonight by any chance? I want to apologize properly.
You could have just said that before. Then there wouldn't have been any need for all this nonsense. How could you just leave me stewing like that for a whole 5 days? You didn't even reply to my messages. Do you know how worried I was getting about you?
I guess I'm a bit sensitive lately. I really am sorry. I think I just keep getting mad at you because you're the friend I feel the most comfortable around. Anyway, you have time to meet tonight, don't you? I've reserved a table at a really good restaurant for the two of us.
That sounds good to me. Is it really that good? You don't usually say that food is delicious unless it's really, really good, do you?
Yes, the food's amazing there. I bet you'll be surprised when you taste it. I'll message you the address and the time, and I'll see you then, okay? Enjoy the rest of your day!
Okay, see you then. Bye. I was worried that she was going to say that she doesn't want us to be friends anymore, but she wants us to meet for dinner? She's so strange sometimes. I guess she is sorry for what she said and did. She even found a place for us to eat. She usually leaves all that to me. Wow, this is a really expensive-looking place.
What do you think? It's nice, isn't it? I came here for a date before, you know. I didn't like the man much, but the food was amazing.
It definitely looks like somewhere you go for a date, especially a first date when you wanted to impress.
Anyway, I'm sorry I got mad at you and then ignored your calls and messages. It's just that whenever you tell me something, you seem to only tell me half of the story, so I got a bit upset. That's all. Even when you have some good news to tell me, you only tell me bits and pieces of it, not the whole thing. It makes me kind of sad and a bit hurt every time you do it. If you just told me that your boyfriend's family were quite well off the first time you told me about him, I wouldn't have felt so worried when you suddenly told me that you were pregnant and going to get married to him, would I? The main reason that I was worried was because it'd be really hard for you if you married into a poor family. If I knew that they weren't poor and that your boyfriend's mother was such a nice person, I would have congratulated you. That's why I got mad anyway.
The reason I act like that is because if I tell you something good that has happened to me, you seem to act strange. That's all.
What? When did I act strange? If something good has happened to you, my best friend, I'll feel pleased for you, of course. I feel a bit shocked that you suggested otherwise.
You mean to say that you don't feel annoyed or uncomfortable when something good happens to me? It was all a misunderstanding, was it?
Of course it was. If I really felt bad when good things happened to you like you said, why would I have stayed friends with you for 18 years? You know that I stop meeting people really quickly if I don't think they're a good fit for me, don't you? If I didn't think we were a good match and that we shouldn't be friends anymore, I'd have just told you.
That's true, I guess. I really did misunderstand then, did I? Well, I guess you didn't directly say you were uncomfortable or that you hated it. I just assumed it completely based on how I felt, didn't I?
I'm glad we've realized what the problem was anyway. I did feel that something was wrong, but I couldn't put my finger on what the problem was. I should have said something sooner. I feel really bad now. If I really thought what you said and I didn't like you, I wouldn't have stayed friends with you for so long, would I? Here, I got you something.
What's this?
It's a kind of health supplement. Apparently, it's really good for pregnant women. You get sick quite easy even when you aren't pregnant, don't you? I guess being around kids all day can't help, but you do seem to be sick quite a lot. I was just a bit worried about you because pregnancy makes your body so much weaker. That's all. You have to take one of these after each meal. They said that it makes your immune system stronger and helps the baby have all that it needs to grow as well. It was really difficult for me to find it, you know.
You didn't need to go to all that trouble for me.
I'm your friend. That's what I'm supposed to do. Of course I care about you and worry about you. It's really special medicine, so don't forget about it or anything. You've got to take it properly. Understood?
Understood. Thank you, Joe. You're such a good, caring friend. I can't believe I held on to that misunderstanding for so long.
You'll have to introduce me to Craig properly sometime before the wedding. You can only really read faces when you meet in person, you know. It doesn't really work as well for photos. I'll tell you properly what his face tells me about his personality this time.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's choose a date when we're all free and have coffee or dinner or something together soon.
Let's not fight anymore. You're my best friend. You're everything to me, you know? You're the only one I have to rely on. I don't know what I'd do if I lost you as well.
Of course you won't lose me. If we feel bad or annoyed, we should just talk about it straight away from now on. Not just ignore it until it turns into a big thing like it did just before. We're going to be friends forever after all. I have no idea what these pills are. Is it okay to just take them without knowing? I'm really not sure about it for some reason. I know she's probably got me something that she thinks is good, but last time I took supplements, they didn't agree with me and I couldn't stop sweating. I wonder why there isn't even a label on it showing me what's inside. That's a bit strange. Maybe I should ask Craig about it before I take any. Hi, Craig. It's me.
Oh, hi, Anna. Didn't you say that you were going to meet that friend tonight? The one that you fought with before? How was it? You didn't fight again, did you? I was a bit worried about you. I nearly went to pick you up, to tell the truth.
It was fine. We made up. It turns out that it was all a huge misunderstanding. Oh, there was something that I wanted to ask you, too. My friend gave me some supplements that she said were good for pregnant women. But last time I took supplements, they didn't agree with me, you see. I'm not really sure if I should take these or not. Could you have a look and see what you think, please?
I don't really know much about supplements, but I could ask one of my friends to take a look for you if you want. It's a bit dangerous to take things when you weren't directly prescribed them, especially during pregnancy. So it'd probably be better if you don't take any for now. If you give them to me, I'll show my friend and see what he thinks. It'd be best to check what they are before you take any, won't it? Bring it with you when we meet tomorrow, okay?
Okay, I will do. It'll make me feel a lot better to know what I'm taking, especially because it's not only me that I have to think about anymore. Why is she phoning me at this time? She's not usually even awake. Hello?
Hi! Did you get home okay last night?
Yes, I did, thanks. What are you doing calling me at this time? Is something wrong?
No, I was just wondering if you'd remembered to take the supplements I gave you. That's all. You took one right after eating breakfast, didn't you? They said it works best if you take it straight after eating, you see.
If I tell her that Craig's going to check what they are for me first, she'll feel really bad, won't she? Like I don't trust her or something. Maybe it'll be better to just tell her that I took them? Yes, I took them just as you told me to. Thank you so much for thinking of me like that.
It's a really rare supplement, so make sure you keep taking it properly, okay? Anyway, I better be off. Speak to you soon. Bye!
Thank you. Bye. I don't really understand why she felt the need to call me to check if I'd taken the supplement or not. That's a bit strange. It must have been really expensive for her to phone to check if I'd taken it or not. Oh, hi, Craig. How's it going? I was just about to phone you, actually. You know the place we looked at last week to have our wedding ceremony in? Well, they just called me to say that someone canceled, so if we want, we can get married there. It's really lucky, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's great. Anna, there is something I have to tell you.
Oh, has anything happened?
It's about that supplement that your friend gave you, you see. I showed my friend, and he said it's full of things that are really bad for you, especially if you're pregnant. He also said that some people even use it when they want to get rid of the baby. That's its main use, apparently. He said that they don't sell it in shops anymore, but you can sometimes get it online. He was really surprised that your friend had managed to get hold of it, to be honest. He said that it's really difficult to get hold of because they've recently clamped down on this type of supplement, and that he wished they shut down all sites and places that sold it as well.
What? Are you for real? That can't be right, surely. Jo said that it was really good for pregnant women and she had to search really hard to find it. Why would she possibly give me something like that? Are you sure that he hasn't made a mistake? He tested it properly, didn't he?
I couldn't believe it either, so I asked him several times, but he says he's sure that that's what it is. This isn't the kind of thing that you can buy by accident either, because it's basically only sold on the black market. So you have to specifically search for it, and it's really expensive as well. My friend said that you even have to sign a confidentiality agreement when you buy it. Are you sure she's really your friend? I can't bear to think about what would have happened if you hadn't asked me to check and had just taken it. You could have ended your pregnancy and got really sick yourself to boot.
I don't understand what's happening.
I can't take just leaving it like this. I'm going to have to meet your friend. I want to see for myself what kind of a person she is. She's committed a crime. Who would do something like this to their supposed friend, hey?
I'll go and talk to her. I just don't understand how something like this could have happened, that's all.
Do you think I'm going to send you to meet her on your own to confront her about something like this? I'll come and pick you up right away. Let's go and meet her together.
Why on earth didn't you tell me that you were going to bring Craig with you? When you suddenly said that you needed to meet me, I just left as I was, didn't I? I didn't expect you to suddenly introduce him to me like this. If I'd have known, I would have got ready better and worn something a bit nicer at least. Hello, it's nice to finally get the chance to meet you like this. I've heard a lot about you.
Yes, I have heard a lot about you as well. You seem to look a bit colder than you did in the photos that Anna showed me.
Hey, Anna, why aren't you saying anything? You called me here saying that we needed to talk about something, brought your boyfriend with you, and are just sitting there silently. Say something then. What's wrong? Why aren't you saying anything? Hey! You should at least introduce your future husband to me properly, shouldn't you?
You know that medicine you got me. Where exactly did you get it from?
The medicine? You mean the supplements? I got it from a place near my house. Why? You didn't call me here to ask me that, did you? You're still taking it properly, aren't you? You have to remember to take it every time for it to work properly, you see.
Why? Are you scared that the medicine won't work properly and I'll be able to have my baby?
What? No, of course not. What are you talking about? I gave it so you could have a healthy baby. I don't understand what you're saying.
I have a friend who works with medicine, you see. We asked him what was in the medicine you gave Anna, because being pregnant and all, she felt that she should be careful about taking things, you see. He said that that supplement, as you called it, was full of lots of things that are really bad for you. He also said that it's something people use when they want to get rid of their baby.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? I was told that that was rare medicine. It was really expensive. Is that why you wanted to meet me? You don't think that I gave you that kind of medicine on purpose, do you? Why on earth would I do something like that? Why did you send it to get checked anyway? Don't you trust me?
Craig's friend did say that it was rare and really hard to get hold of. He said that if you wanted to buy it, it'd cost thousands of dollars and you'd have to sign a confidentiality agreement as well. So it must have been hard to find, just like you said. Thank you for caring about me enough to go through all of that.
What's wrong with you? Do you really think that I got you medicine like that on purpose? I really can't believe you. If you think about it, I'm a victim in all of this as well. Someone in the store I got it from must have made a mistake.
If that's really what happened, we better go to that store right away.
What? Go to the store? I don't know if it'll be open. They don't open that regularly, you see.
Whether they're open or not, they sold you something that nearly put your friend's life and that of her unborn baby in danger, didn't they? What happens if they do the same to someone else and that person actually takes the medicine? We better get over there straight away, don't you agree? If you are really Anna's friend, and if you didn't get that kind of medicine on purpose, then that's the least you should do, surely. Give me the address, please. Anyway, if they really did give you something different from what you asked for, you should at least get your money back, shouldn't you? Didn't you say that it was really expensive? We should report it to the police as well.
Why do we need to go as far as to report it? You hardly took any of the medicine, didn't you? So there's probably no problem. Why do you want to call the police? If you go to the police station before a happy occasion, all your luck will get chased away. I'll go to the shop later and sort it all out myself, so don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it? You really did give me that medicine to get rid of my baby, didn't you? Why? Why do you hate the fact that I'm pregnant so much that you tried to get rid of my baby? I really don't understand what you were thinking.
I can't believe you could think that of me. It makes me feel sick that you could even think that I purposely do such a thing. I only got it for you because I was told that it was good for pregnant women.
Yeah, it is. It's good for pregnant women who want to get rid of their baby. That's what it's used for. However, I want to keep our baby, and you knew that.
This is so unfair.
If what you're saying is true, there's no reason for you not to come to the police station with us then, is there? We can go and find out what the truth is.
Why do I have to go to the police station?
I thought you said that it wasn't fair. In that case, we should go together and see who the real victim is in all of this.
I feel really uncomfortable here with you two now. I don't think I can stay here a minute longer. I'm going to go now. You're going to go to the police station with him? How can you possibly destroy 18 years of friendship like this? I'm so disappointed in you. I really am.
Hello? Is that the police station? I'd like to report a crime.
What? What are you doing? You aren't planning on reporting me, are you?
Someone gave me some medicine that contained a lot of bad ingredients for me to take, saying that it was really good for me. I'm pregnant as well, you see. I think she was trying to make me take that medicine so that I'd lose the baby.
What do you think you're doing? Have you lost your mind? You're reporting me?
I'm sure you do the same. You do something terrible like this and then you just play innocent? You think I'm going to just stand here and let you get away with this? You gave me that out of spite. Anyone can see that. I should have realized that something wasn't right when you called me the next morning to check if I'd taken the medicine or not. I can't believe that I was stupid enough to believe you.
I can't believe you. I really can't. How dare you show off in front of me all the time? You were the one who drove me to this by showing off to me so much. I just couldn't take it any longer. You kept being so annoying.
What? You're saying that you gave me this medicine because I kept showing off? Do you think that makes sense? What would have happened if you'd killed my baby? It wouldn't have just been my baby either. That medicine would have been really dangerous for me as well.
I just thought it'd be better to get rid of the both of you, didn't I? Then I wouldn't have to see you or deal with you again. You always get everything that I have ever wanted. Just like that. Then you act like it's all nothing. Like it isn't even that important. Do you know how evil that is? I studied day and night for 4 years to try to pass the teacher's exam. You passed it just like that as soon as you graduated. I've barely got myself sorted and I'm finally dating. You get a boyfriend that's so much better than mine. You're going on about having a boyfriend like that not being a big deal all the time. How do you think I felt? Do you know how miserable you made me feel? Then you come and tell me that you're pregnant with the doctor's baby and you're going to get married, even though you told me that you had no intention of having a baby before. You know, the thing that I've wanted most of all is to get married and have a baby. And now you have that as well. That was the last straw. I couldn't believe how unfair the world was. You get everything you want and more handed to you on a plate. I get nothing. It's been like that for as long as I've known you, and I just couldn't take it anymore.
You've really lost your mind. How can friends think that kind of thing about each other? You mean to say that you've been thinking like that for the whole 18 years that we've been friends? You meant so much to me all that time. I was always so careful about how much I told you about my life and what I said because I didn't want to hurt your feelings as well. How could you possibly do this to me?
You just kept me next to you so you feel better about yourself, didn't you? You could look at me and be pleased that you were doing so much better.
What are you talking about? How could someone even think of using a friend like that to make them feel better about themselves? It doesn't make sense. You really think that's what friends are? That this is what friends are supposed to be like? What is wrong with you?
You weren't treating me as a proper friend, were you? That's why all this has happened. You only had the medicine check because you didn't think of me as a friend and didn't trust me, didn't you? You didn't take any of that medicine, did you? You sent it to be tested before you'd even taken any, didn't you? See? You don't trust me. If you trusted me like you should trust your friends, you would never have sent the medicine to get tested. You think you're so amazing now that you're marrying a doctor, don't you? Anyway, I'm off. Report me if you want to. I don't care anymore. It'll be almost impossible to prove that I gave you the medicine anyway.
Are you sure about that? I think all the evidence we need to show that you gave Anna that medicine on purpose is right here. Do you know what the most important thing when establishing actual bodily harm is? It's intent. We've already satisfied that condition, haven't we? All we have to do now is find out where you got the medicine from. All I need for that is time. That's all. You know that I'm a doctor, don't you? I'll show you how many personal connections a doctor has. If we get the police in on this, I'm sure we can find out easily where you got the medicine from. Don't you think?
What? What are you going to do? Even if you do manage to find where I got the medicine from, no one got hurt, so why would they even charge me?
Well, we won't know if they will or not until we try, will we? But you did commit a crime. If you don't get charged for what you've done, there's something really wrong with this country. Anyway, let's see what happens. When I put my mind to something, I'm someone who sees it through to the end. Seeing the scum who tried to hurt my wife and child punished is just a matter of time. Anna, let's go.
Let's give it a try. I'll show you how evil what you tried to do to me really was.
I can't believe either of you. Do you think you can scare me? What happens if they really do find where I got that medicine from? That'd be it for me. But it's so well hidden and they're so careful. I'm sure it'll be fine. How can you just come and arrest me like this? I have a job to get to. What do you think you're doing? Hey!
How can you say that knowing that you've done wrong? The place you got the medicine from has sent us your order form, where you stated that you needed the medicine to get rid of a baby. I really can't believe how someone can make and sell pills like that, or how you could buy some to give to your pregnant friends saying that they were good for pregnant women. The world's gone mad. It really has. This is heading towards attempted murder. The ingredients in that medicine were strong enough to kill an adult.
I wasn't trying to kill her. I just wanted the baby gone. That's all. I didn't know that it could kill someone.
You're looking at attempted murder. Just you remember that. Oh, hello. Sorry to bother you again like this, but thank you so much for coming. We asked you here to go over your statement, you see.
It's fine. It's an important business, isn't it? I should be here.
You really did report me then. I thought you wanted to give birth to a healthy baby. Why did you do this? How could a baby look up to someone who could do something like this? Reporting your friend to the police like this is definitely setting a good example now, isn't it?
It's better than them seeing their mom just putting up with everything people throw at her like an idiot, isn't it? Apparently those pills cost you nearly $5,000. You were always moaning about having no money, but you managed to find the money for that from somewhere, didn't you?
Don't you realize that I did it all for you? What doctor in their right mind would want to marry a lowly teacher like you? If you force him into marriage like this by getting pregnant, it's only going to end badly for you. I was just trying to spare you the heartache of him getting rid of you like a piece of trash later down the line. That's all. Can you really not understand that I had your best interests at heart?
How can you still be talking about us being friends after what you tried to do to me? To my baby? Fine. I'll say this one last thing to you, as a friend. How could I, as your best friend, just sit and watch you when you are wandering around with such crazy thoughts in your head as this? You need treatment. This isn't normal behavior, you know. That's why I reported you, so that you could get the help that you need. I've already told your family and your workplace about what has happened. You can't keep on living like this. You're a danger to both yourself and others. I told them to help you. Your workplace said they'd let you have enough time off for you to get better. Your parents just kept apologizing for what you tried to do over and over again. You know, these days, prisons are really well equipped for people like you to get the help they need to get better.
You told my workplace and my family what happened? Have you lost your mind? What right did you have to tell them?
I told them because I was worried about you and because we were friends. You won't be able to go to work or see your family for a long time anyway, because you're going to be in jail. Someone had to tell them what was going on, didn't they?
I can't believe you. You've decided to destroy my life once and for all, haven't you? You didn't take the medicine, so nothing happened to you or your baby, did it? Why are you going so over the top about all of this then? Nothing even happened.
Stop this now. You tried to kill your friend's baby. I don't know how you can go on like you've done nothing wrong. Even if you got down on your knees and begged, it'd not be enough. What do you think you're doing, shouting at her like that? Anna, would you like to come with me and make a statement now, please?
Sure.
Do you think you will be happy after doing this to me? I'm going to be watching you. I'm going to be waiting for you to be unhappy.
Hello? Has something happened?
I'm so sorry to keep contacting you like this. Jo keeps telling us that she has something to say to you and she wanted us to call you to the station for her. We were trying to hold off for as long as possible, what with you being pregnant and all, but I think she wants to beg for your forgiveness. Even if she does, it won't make much of a difference to the court case, but we thought you might want to hear her apologize to you. That's all. You don't have to if you don't want to.
It's okay. To be honest, I'm quite curious about what she wants to say to me.
I see you've brought Craig with you again.
Well, I don't think you're in any position to talk to me alone now, are you? If you have something to say, hurry up and get it over with. I don't have any time for you anymore, you see.
Don't pretend to be busy all of a sudden. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I know that what I did was wrong. I probably have a problem, like you said. I think I was just mad and jealous that you had your whole life sorted out when mine is such a mess. People are like that after all, aren't they? No matter how good a friend they are, if they are doing better than you all the time in everything, you can't help but to be jealous, can you? Anyway, that's how I was feeling. I wasn't trying to make you come to any harm. I promise. We've been friends for 18 years. Why would I want any harm to come to you?
You mean to say that you did all of this because you were jealous of me? Of course friends can get jealous of each other, but you overstepped the mark. You'd already crossed the line when you ordered medicine to harm me and my baby. So you need to just quietly take your punishment. You need to see for yourself how what you did to me was so evil.
Because of you and what you've done, Anna is seeing a psychiatrist. She can't take any medicine as she's pregnant, so she's just plodding along without. You need to experience the pain and heartache that you've caused her yourself. I'm going to make sure of it.
You have an awful taste in women. You're going to do all of this to save that stupid cow? You're no better. How can a doctor like you be so stupid? You know that she's only dating you because you're a doctor and she only dates men with good jobs, don't you?
Even if I do have a bad taste in women, at least I didn't choose to date a criminal like you. Anna, let's go home. This is why I didn't want you to come here and see her. Quickly, we've stayed here long enough.
I called her here to ask her to go easy on me, but I've got mad again now. The lawyer told me that whatever happened, that I had to ask for her forgiveness and ask her to go easy on me. What is going to happen to me now?
Well done, Anna. You did so well. That was really hard for you, wasn't it?
It was better than I expected, actually. Before I gave birth, I felt really scared. But when it was actually happening, my body just seemed to get on with it.
It seems a bit of a strange time to bring this up, but I've just heard that Joe has been sent to jail for 3 years. I think it's too short a sentence, if I'm honest. But I guess that's because it was only attempted and no one actually got hurt. You don't have to worry about her anymore anyway. I'm going to make sure that she can't come anywhere near you, even when she gets out of jail.
Oh, I see. I was a bit curious, if I'm honest. Well, at least she got sent to jail, and our baby is healthy.
Still, we don't know what she might do when she gets released. So I'll be keeping a close eye on her to make sure that she can never hurt you or our precious son ever again. Anyway, I'm so proud of you. Don't worry about her or anything now, and let's get some rest.
Thank you so much. I could only do it because I had you here by my side. I don't know what I would have done these last few months if it wasn't for you. It was actually really hard for you too, watching me struggling like that, wasn't it?
I'm just sorry that there wasn't more I could do to help. Anyway, now that we're married and we have our baby, we have many happy years in front of us. I'll try to do everything I possibly can for you two. I love you.
I love you too. I had my baby and life was very chaotic. In a good way, of course. Having a baby was a big change, but we got used to it as a family and Craig helped as much as he could. He's a great dad, just as I knew he would be. During that time, Joe must have been released from jail. I was just pushing the stroller around one day when someone grabbed me. It was her. She looked at the baby and said that it was lucky that he was born healthily and that giving birth to him must have been hard work. I suddenly felt really sick, grabbed the stroller, and ran. When I told Craig, he put a restraining order on her to stop her coming anywhere near me again. She still wouldn't stay away, so Craig called her parents and told them what she was doing, and they ended up getting her sectioned. Apparently, she had been suffering from depression and paranoia for quite some time. This meant that she was able to be hospitalized and start treatment immediately. Knowing that she was safely in the hospital finally allowed me to feel safe and at peace. The fact that the person I considered my best friend could do something like this to me made the whole world feel like a very scary place. I didn't know where I could go and who I could trust. Thankfully, Craig, being a doctor, kept a close eye on me and I was able to receive treatment to help me recover from the trauma Joe had caused me. As a mom, I have to be strong. For my baby, if nothing else. Even though all of this happened to me because I trusted the wrong person, I don't want to totally stop trusting people altogether. There are lots of good, trustworthy people in this world too, you see. My husband, parents, and parents-in-law are proof of this. I'm trying to think of it all as just being unlucky and move forward and live the rest of my life. I'm having a lot of fun with a few of the moms that I met at the hospital as well. If I'm sad or worried about anything, they help me out and help me sort it out like it was their own problem. When something good happens, they are really happy for me as well. This is what real friends should be like. I think that a real friend is someone who is there to celebrate the good times with you and help you through the bad times. I hope you all surround yourselves with good friends like that. I hope that I am able to live a long and happy life with my newfound friends and my family. Thank you for listening to my story. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.